heavily in the minds of everyone, and that is, you know, everybody is seeking for approval. They're asking for confirmation from another person. That's what I mean. Getting approval. They're not doing it, of course, intentionally. They are not doing it with awareness, but most of the time they do it subconsciously. You're seeking for approval, but you don't even realize that you are seeking for approval. So, and it's happening all the time. So I like to talk about that because, number one, it is truly enslavement. Isn't that right? If you look for approval from others, you are indirectly being enslaved. Okay? And if you are doing it subconsciously, my goodness, then you are being enslaved without knowing it. Isn't that right? Okay. So, but it's happening to everybody. And I want to ask you, do you know why? And why are you seeking for approval? Why are you seeking for confirmation, whatever you're doing? Whenever you do something, you're always looking around yourself, whether people approve you. That's what I mean. Isn't that right? What you need to do is just take out your shirt, for example, and you will see that you are asking yourself, what will they think of me half naked in a public place, like I am now? You will be thinking that way, right? So, aren't you enslaved by it? You may not realize it, but certainly it's an enslavement, right? Even if I'm telling you not to get approval, you probably be stuck by it. It has been like this all through your life without you knowing it. I mean, let's say, example, you go to church, right? When you go to church, what do? You are getting approval, right? You dress yourself well, right? You bring up your hands and say hallelujah, right? Why are you doing all these things? Because you are careful of what other people think of you. You want to be a member of an organization. You are asking for confirmation of your existence, right? In that sense. So, again, you are enslaved. You might say that you are a free man. You might say that God has given you freedom, but are you really free? That's what I'm asking you. It's something very important that we discuss, and people are doing it subconsciously and they're not doing it at all. How many times do you see a discussion like this taking place at YouTube? Seldom do you see it. You know why? Because people like to talk about theories, ideas, books. They don't like to talk something about themselves. Do you realize it? You don't like you to talk about themselves. Because when you talk about yourself, you are exposing some part of you. When I talk about all these things, there's something very personal, isn't that right? I mean, you follow my videos, that's what you are accustomed to. You're not getting new ideas, so-called, outside you. You're learning more and more about yourself. Because I am actually really talking about myself. I'm talking now about self-approval because that is dangerously in the minds of everybody, enslaving everyone. And I'm sure you are aware of it too, right? But you couldn't get out of it. And why do you think you couldn't get out of it? That is exactly the reason why I want to share with you. Why is it you couldn't get out of this need for confirmation of your existence? Have you ever asked yourself why? Actually, it's more potent than you ever think of. If you realize it, it's more potent. Actually, in truth, it's not just a thought. No, there's something more solid about this fact. And you must know. You must know why you are heavily wanting self-approval. So let's continue. Now, if you are now getting self-approval from another person is actually in vain. Let me make it very clear to you. In vain. Nobody is ever going to prove you. Nobody. Everyone is actually looking for their own self-approval. So why would he bother looking at you? Think very carefully. It's because you're so self-conscious, that's why you're always thinking what other people are thinking about you, and then you want to get just some kind of approval. But the fact is that you will never get an approval because nobody is going to look at you. That's the first thing. Even if they look at you, they won't look good before you. Nobody looks good for other people, normally. They always try to find something faulty about the other guy. And even if you have a Donald Trump up there, you will be thinking something faulty about Donald Trump. No doubt he has done a good thing, but you won't be giving him the full approval, would you? Because you see, the reason why you won't give him the full approval is because when you give a full approval to another person, you actually disapprove yourself. That's tough, right? So in other words, nobody will ever give you an approval because nobody wants to disapprove himself. So it's in vain that you're looking for it. Gosh. So what is happening? What is happening is that actually you're looking for an approval from yourself, but you don't realize it. You actually personified it in another person. The truth is actually you are scared about who you are. You're really scared about your own identity. You're not sure of where you are. You just simply want somebody to look at you, that's all. Somebody to smile maybe, or something to, oh gosh. Even you want to take out your shirt in public, you just be scared. You're scared of what? I don't know, but scared. But that's a tough word, right? Sorry if I put it down that word, but I want to impress upon you the very funny thing about it. You're looking for approval from God because God is not around to disapprove you. You're looking for approval from your fellow friends. Why? Because they are not around to disapprove you verbally. Isn't that right? Verbally, they will not say anything wrong about you. Right? They're scared to be disapproved in the very first place. So my good friends, the yearning for self-approval is vanity. That's the first point. So look at it this way. Now you're getting approval from Jesus. I've seen so many people, hallelujah to Jesus. Jesus is a sweet guy. You know he cannot disapprove you. Gosh. So you're getting approval from something which you know cannot disapprove you. So what is that approval for? No wonder you're hunting and searching for that approval that never comes in your life. What is happening? I'm not against the Jesus formula. What I'm just talking about is a psychological trap that we are in. Looking for something that can never be found, really in a person that cannot disapprove us at all. Gosh. So my good friends, not only are we in a position where we can never get approval, we create an approval for ourselves in some kind of an idea, and we are stuck to that idea. It's really psychological, I think. But so now let me ask you a question. Why can't you approve your own self? That's the point I'm trying to ask now. Why can't you approve yourself? You see, the point is that you're the only person actually who can approve yourself. And in fact, you're the most important person that must approve yourself. This person himself must approve himself. It's true. How can you be looking for someone else to approve you when all that you are is yourself? You should be thinking very hard about this, instead of searching for God to approve you. You should be thinking very hard about this, instead of all your life aimlessly wanting for approval, whether it's in the temple or whatever, and never finding it in the peace of your mind. Who is going to tell you for this moment right now that you are being approved? I tell you the truth, nobody can give you that approval. Your mind is creating an idea, and you are seeking that approval from an idea. But the truth is that, gosh, you're going through an aimless path, searching for approval mainly. I'm not challenging you right now. Approve yourself. Is that possible? You may even tell me right now that I don't get approval from others. I don't need approval from others. But let me tell you something, a deception that is taking place in our mind. Very often what we do is that we counter another person's ideas and thoughts. By countering another person's ideas and thoughts, you're actually getting approval subconsciously. By destroying another person, by judging another person, you are getting your approval from the idea that you have presented in the judgment that you made to the other one. So that's what I'm trying to say, the very subtle way in which we do it to get approval. We are still not getting approval from ourselves. What we did was we get approval by judging another person. We get approval by condemning another person's thought and ideas. We get approval by using our religion to condemn another religion. We do all kinds of nonsense in order to make ourselves approve. Let's be careful, very careful. Because in trying to find an identity, we push down others. In trying to find identity for ourselves, we create an image that will elate us. We do all kinds of things, just trying to find an approval, just trying to confirm that we exist, to confirm that I'm good. We do all kinds of funny things. So what is really the problem? Why is it you cannot give approval to yourself? That's the question I kept asking you again and again. Why is it you couldn't establish yourself as you are? You don't need anybody else, but you yourself establish yourself. Why are you searching and hunting for yourself in the form of work that you have done, in the form of money that you have achieved, in the form of positions that you've attained, in the form of fame? It is simply saying to yourself, I'm good enough because I'm looking at all these things that's coming to me, so I must be good. But I want to tell you, why can't you be good as you are? Why must you be good only with something that comforts you? Why can't you be good as you are? I'll tell you the answer. The truth is, you're not around. We are all not around. It is proven in science. What did science say about a photon? A photon of light. What did science say about it? What did science say about a particle? Science says that it is only just a quantum possibility. That it exists is still a doubt. Now hold on. I know you're not a scientific person. So I guess what I've just said must be all nuts to you. What to do? You would rather believe in a religion than in science. Too bad. But I just want to say this, that actually we are all possibilities. Our existence is just a piece of possibilities until we observe ourselves. I made the last most important statement. Until we observe ourselves. The angel told me to meditate and teach me that I have to make a point to observe my own thoughts. I asked myself why, but mysteriously I did that for 10 years. And something happened, mysterious happened. When I observed the thoughts, my own thoughts I mean, because I observed, I discovered breath. I discovered the reality of I am. Even today, when I don't observe my thought, I realize that I'm just a possibility. I'm not there at all until I observe my thoughts. I know you won't understand this. It's just alright. Just follow my videos if you care enough to discover the truth. I'll tell you how to make yourself real. As long as you're not real, you'll be seeking for approval from others. As long as you are in space-time, the other side is just a part of you. And you need the other side to confirm your existence. Because you are a duality. But the minute you observe your own thoughts, something begins to change. When you observe the thought and observe the one who's observed the thought, a miracle will take place. The observation will turn what is a possibility to a reality. All our life, if we don't do anything, we are just one of a two. So being one of a two, we are never real. We are wave-like. But the minute we observe our thoughts, as well as observe the observer, something miracles take place. It is proven in science. That observation will collapse the duality into one. And this is where you become real. But then you may say to me, is it that easy? Just observe my thoughts. In a way, it is that easy, but I took 10 years to observe my thoughts. You don't observe it correctly, so to speak. Even to observe ourselves, we don't really know how to. But if we could observe ourselves, then these thoughts that we are having, because we are actually really thoughts. The world that you see is just really a thought. And even yourself is really a thought. You're actually space-time. Not real, but just a thought. So we need to observe these thoughts to collapse it to breath. Because breath is placed beneath thoughts. Breath is a foundation of thoughts. Well, if you have followed my videos, you would kind of understand. But I guess you may not have followed my videos. And of course, then follow my videos. Thank you very much.